All right, guys. The Saxon, you here still? Bro, I wish I could send you this link. Are you here? Oh, man, I'm over here dying on this dude, bro. Let me know if you're still here. No, it says 0 people. Fuck. All right. Shit, 2 people. Who's that? Who's here? Who's here? I'm watching one of the funniest things I've ever seen on YouTube. Oh, shit.
Fruity plug.
It's waiting for a crowd.
Fruity plug. Get out of here. That's
what. 4 people. Hit the like button, guys. Talk to me. Hop in the chat. Come on, let's do this. Let me get this show out of the way so I could go to fucking bed. It's so funny, man. Where's Unknown Trader? Sabrina Merrick. Where are you guys at?
You is. You're a fruity plug.
God damn, 5 people? 7 people? Hit the like button, guys. Jump in the chat, please, so we can get a conversation started, for the love of God. Yeah. I fucked my neck up, guys. I can't turn my head. You know what I mean? I got to do one of these things if I want to turn that way. 20 people. Hit the like button, guys. Start talking. How is there nobody in the chat? How's that possible? Tell me. I want to know. No good guys, no bad guys, just nobody. That's some bullshit. MT Mitch, we can almost have lunch at a small table with this group, guys. It's a good point. It's a shame, but it's a good point. Tampon Tim campaign manager is organizing protests in Minnesota. Sure he is, K-Dogs. Sure he is. I asked you earlier, would you answer me? Why do you call him Tampon Tim? I'm curious. The leader of Antifa's on the run. He's scared of the FBI finally catching him. Yeah, there's no leader of Antifa. It's not even an organization. Yeah, it's getting there now, MT Mitch. It takes a few minutes, every show. The other types of live streams I do, there's already people there when I start, but not this one. 10 panel what? What does that mean? I support him because he seems to actually care, not talking about his grand speeches, but the small ones. He actually helps people. Who are we talking about, man? You're talking about Donald Trump? In what way? Would you mind telling me? And I'm not even being an asshole. I'm curious to learn from you guys. In what way do you think he helps people? I'm curious. Let me see. Yeah, I know, right? Sports 74. Is that right, Lacquerbox? Or are you just saying that? Why do you call him Tampon Timmy? Is because he put tampons in boys' butts. See what I mean? I thought you were going to say bathrooms, but why am I not surprised you got gay sex on your mind and pedophilia? Yeah, no, he didn't put them even in bathrooms. We love President Trump. I bet you do. If they know the leader of Antifa is on the run, they must know his name. Yeah, what's his name? Where's he from? Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important that you do so. It helps the channel. It's a free way to contribute. And, we'll get more people in here. And if you can, if you have it in your hearts to do so, please donate to the channel by either sending a super chat or a Cash App. Cash App is in the chat there. Close the southern border. I thought that's already been done. Well, but Ming, can you tell me what specifically? Because I got to tell you the truth. Unless they're billionaires, Donald Trump hasn't done anything for them. Trump don't give a fuck about anybody, you stupid motherfuckers. That's right, Carl. Carl, you get a wrench. JGB recommended you. Oh, shit. There we go. There you go, Carl. The Antifa leaders all over YouTube kick and everything, telling his people they're not going to catch me. Yeah. Oh, you talking about that dude? I saw that dude. Listen, that guy fucking looks like a jerk. The guy who said that I got a message I was needed on the front lines. That clown? You're a beta. Stop your whining. All right. So it's your Y-O-U-R or Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, not Y-O-U-R in that context. Sorry. Nobody gives a fuck about you leftist cockroaches. Is that right? Getting rid of illegals. Yeah, you guys are very well spoken, well written. I bet you like George Michael, Boy George, and Elton John. Boy George in Elton John. Irene, there comes a point where, I have to wonder if it's you guys that are running around looking for gay sex because I'm not bringing it up. MAGA is the reason the rest of the world thinks Americans are pompous, uneducated, undereducated morons. Well, we mostly are, the U.S., so they're not wrong. He exposed that the state is money laundering and double dipping. What state? Who exposed it? And how are they doing that? Trump is awesome. All right, Brian. I had to say I can't stand seeing this every night. He's making me sick watching him on TV. Thank you. Who, Trump? Yeah. All the elites in both parties are playing their favorite game of left versus right, and we are all pawns. Do you mean pawns? People need to wake up and stop supporting either side. Well, people can do whatever they want, quite frankly, And you can't compare the left to the right now. I hate that two wings of the same bird shit. Not anymore. You sound like a woman. I don't, but okay. Let me get to the bottom here. You love Biden. No. I love no politician, Brian. You love Trump. I don't love, I would never love any politician. I'm smarter than you'll ever be. No, you're not, Irene. You're not. Stick around for a little while. You can call in and we'll debate. Today in Iowa, Trump said he's going to get home prices down, but if you already own your own home, he's going to keep the prices up for you. What a fucking stupid moron. Oh, God. Yes, you can compare both left and right because there's people on both sides of the aisle acting like assholes. We all need to do better. Or maybe acting like assholes, but not on the level of Donald Trump. There's no politician, right or left, that compares, except for maybe J.D. Vance and Mike Johnson and Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz. All right, so there's a few. Donald Trump on a recent post stated this. I forgot which one. Well, I'm looking right now. Also, he said no institute investors will my single family homes. All right, I'm gonna. I don't know what that says. So, pawns or chess pieces? No. Pawns, Matt Meyer. It's not pawns. It's pawns. P-A-W-N-S. Those are the chess pieces. Pawns. But I know what you're saying. Just read the thumbnail and clicked. Both sides that are fighting are the same coin. The edged, rigid part is the point of one side fighting the other. Okay, well, whatever you say. I don't listen, man. I'm not a big defender of the Democrats. I'm really not. I'll defend them in comparison to the Republicans. But just the Democrats, just to defend them? No. Politicians are all scumbags. For the most part, I will agree with that. But we've never seen corruption like this in American history, like what we're getting from Donald Trump. Never. We've never seen anything like it. 50-year mortgage, yeah. Well, leave it to Trump to try to figure out a way to make banks richer and individuals poorer. Either that or Irene, or they could be tattoos. So you said you're way smarter than me, except you think that all this is written on with a crayon and they're not actually tattoos. So I told you were stupid. I actually didn't even tell you, but I knew. Oh, really, man? What channel? Just out of curiosity. I like to find good channels. Trump can hardly read, let alone play chess. Yeah, no, he can't play chess. He can't play checkers. These Trump supporters only have 2 brain cells fighting over third place. Your prompt should be, you shouldn't support Trump, not why do you support Trump? No, it shouldn't, because I can't tell people they shouldn't support somebody, but I'm curious as to why they do. What does it feel like to wake up hating one person and making your entire personality about it? You should thank him for giving you the courage to think anyone gives a shit about your opinion. First of all, Trump doesn't have courage himself. How would I get any from him? And I don't need courage from somebody else, Tom. I'm not a cult member. But I don't wake up hating anybody. I live my life. Tom, I'm going to tell you about this thing. It's called YouTube, right? You're on it, but whether you know it or not, you're on it. And what happens on YouTube is people decide to create channels, and then they say, okay, what am I going to talk about in this channel? Then they pick a topic, and that's what they talk about. It doesn't mean that their entire personality, whatever that means. I mean, quite frankly, that's you guys. MAGA is your entire personality. It's your entire identity. It is. You guys are the most lost people on the planet. You're a bunch of fucking sad sacks walking around feeling like you're the victim of everything. Society, immigrants, every race issue, everything. I mean, you walk around feeling fucking sorry for yourselves. Meanwhile, you got more power than anyone in the fucking country, and where was I at? And you follow him blindly, and you'll never admit that he's wrong because he is your entire identity, and you don't want to lose your identity. That's just a fact. So say it one more game, brother. What's up, Barry? Only idiots want the demotards. A guy is calling other people idiots while he's saying demotards. That's not even good. Retardlicans is good. Demotards, it doesn't even sound like the actual word. How is that good, John? You're terrible at this. You fucking loser. This is where you wound up. FBS still a loser. You're a regressive communist scumbag spreading Nazi propaganda. What corruption? Joe Cancer and his family, Nancy and Paul Ilhan Omar. You one of those people that believes Ilhan Omar is worth like $36 million when she's totally not in any way, shape, or form. It's funny you bring up, Joe and Nancy because of insider trading, right? But you don't talk about Trump and his insider trading, his whole families and the other Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and people like that. You don't mention that. What corruption? The Republicans are the most corrupt fucking people on the planet, and Donald Trump is the most corrupt. And you're a jackass, and you know me as FBS, so you're probably, I'm assuming you've been on my dick for about 4.5 years now. Hop off it, bro. It's getting heavy. Yes, or rich. I say the 3 R's: rich, racist, retarded. Those are the 3 people that vote for Donald Trump. 3 types of people. Well, I feel you because I'm not a liberal, but conservatives call me one. Did you see this dumbass who blew off her hand with that flashbang? Funniest thing ever. No. What was she, an ICE agent? Trump admits using the system. That's the difference, you loser. So that makes it better. So if Trump admits being a pedophile, then that's okay then, right? It's like, oh, it's okay as a pedo because he admits it. Think about what you're saying, dummy. Think about what you're saying, fuckface. Yes. Why are you saying that? I know that. Who are you telling? I voted for all 3 Trump's victories. See what I mean? So you think that Trump won the 2020 election? Why? Just out of curiosity, considering that every single piece of evidence that's out there proves that it was actually a totally legit election. And even Donald Trump's own attorney general said it was the most secure election in history. And Donald Trump's own daughter, Ivanka, agrees with Donald Trump's attorney general, his ex-attorney general, Bill Barr. So why do you think so? Just because it makes you feel better? What I don't understand is if we look at the actual language of the nation's founding, it's only for white people. Allowing non-Europeans into the nation is the betrayal. The whole thing is theater. All right. What news is this creep, C-R-E-A-P, watching? It's C-R-E-E-P, white guy. Hi. They still think that. I had a guy tell me that he knows that Trump won. It's amazing. I mean, it's complete and total. It's got to be willful ignorance. There's no way at this point that you actually think that Trump won. It's just you're convincing yourself of it because I guess you're like Trump. You can't admit a loss. Biden got 81 million votes. Yeah, there's no need for the question marks. He did. He absolutely did. So funny when they say that he got 81 million votes. I mean, yeah. He was running against Donald fucking Trump. And it was after COVID, after Donald Trump destroyed the entire economy by mishandling COVID. Yeah, it's amazing he didn't win by more than that, you know. And by the way, he beat Trump by 7 million votes, which is 5 million more than Trump beat Kamala by. But I'm surprised Biden didn't get 110 million votes. Biden stole the election. Sure he did. 57 lawsuits about the votes and lost all of them. All of them. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I just lost you. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if it was true. The city is saying all the prices are low. What kind of planet are you from? This city? What city are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking to, but prices are not low. Nationwide, prices are up on pretty much everything with the exception of gas and eggs. Yeah, gung-ho, he does. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like and subscribe. I'm asking you to do that now. And if you can, because I don't usually ask for this, but I have to start because I got to justify spending this much time on here. I got to make some money. So please, if you can, send a super chat. I'll read your comment. You get a shout out, whatever, and you'll be contributing to the show. And if you want to use Cash App, that's in the chat too. Thank you. But at the very least, hit the like and subscribe. Trump won. In 2020 or when? Because no, he didn't. Were you in the Why do you keep asking that question, Jorge Jimenez? Why? You know, the truth of the matter is no matter what you guys say, no matter what your statistics are, if the Omega people come out and vote like they did and they ate up your 7 states, we do. All right. Biden did not get 81 million votes. That's crap. All right, so show me the proof that he didn't. That's all. I mean, you're making the accusation. The burden of proof is on you. Please tell me what your evidence is. Wouldn't subscribe to you. Officers dead. What are these guys? Did they just throw words together? Like they just say, here's 7 words I'm going to put into a chat or 6 words. I mean, is that what you do? You know, I felt like and subscribed every time I heard somebody say on one point of what I understood. I would like to subscribe on every one of them, but you give me nothing. Buddy, I give up. I mean, is there anybody who could speak English here by any chance? Paid protesters. Yeah, Gary, that's what you guys got to convince yourselves of. And Fox News tells you that and Donald Trump tells you that because, God forbid, they admitted that this guy is that hated. That people are protesting him all over the fucking country. I mean, the No Kings protests have been like the largest single day protests in fucking history. But that can't be real either, right? No. George Soros paid 7 million people to protest. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I protested. I didn't get shit. So if I didn't, guess what? Nobody else did either. 339 people. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Good guys, please super chat. I don't expect the bad guys too, but the good guys, it would be helpful. I'm doing good work here. I'm fighting evil. Kamala and Hillary were right about everything. Trump is a monster. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no doubt. Paid protesters, ridiculous. They admit they are paid. No, they don't, Kenneth. No, they don't. And if you saw one say I got paid, then it's somebody that was staged. They were planted there. These MAGA morons think George Soros is behind everything, LMFAO. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is actually that guy just for the right. And they completely ignore that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're hating on a person that's trying to help you and follow the Constitution. You're like, what does that mean, Teddy? Who's trying to help who and who's trying to follow the Constitution? Oh my God. Your heart attack is coming. No, I'm good, fuckface. 7 million sheep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're the sheep. Let me tell you something. You know what I don't see at No Kings protests? I don't see a bunch of people that follow one politician blindly, no matter what he does, even when it's made perfectly clear to the whole fucking world that he's a pedophile. We do not wear hats that are all the same. Okay. You guys are sheep. You guys are the sheep, and you don't get that. The only people that have been conned in this country are you guys. MAGA. You've been conned by. Not only have you been conned, you've been conned by the world's most famous con man, a guy who's literally famous for being a con man. You've been conned by him. You're so stupid. You can't even see through him. You can't. I mean, you actually believe this guy cares about you and loves America. 7 million sheep. You douchebags, look at a Trump rally. That's sheep. You got the same hat on, the same shirts on. You're waving the same stupid flag with Trump's name on it. I mean, oh my God, sheep. The fact that you guys don't realize this about yourselves is mind-boggling. I understand that stupid people don't always know they're stupid, so I'm not surprised by that. But to not know what a follower you are is unbelievable. Never, ever did I say that I did, JP, so that's you just making something up. George Soros paid protesters. No, he didn't. If he did, give me proof. Give me the credible source. Explain to me why they paused the election when Trump was winning and they said they wouldn't count anymore. Then we woke up 3 hours later and they pumped numbers that put Biden ahead. Explain that. Okay, they didn't pause the election. What do you mean pause the election? They did not. Tom Key, are you serious? Have you gone 5 fucking years now believing that? They didn't pause the election. And I'll tell you what happened. You're not going to believe this. I'm going to put you onto a concept you may have never heard of, even though somehow you've made it this far in life. So it's called counting. Like you ever watching a football game or something, you go take a piss, make a sandwich, something like that. You come back and the score is different. That's what happened that night. I can't believe I got to explain counting to grownups. You understand? In other words, they made it perfectly clear before the election, long before the election, that because of the mail-in ballots and COVID and all this shit, this exact thing would happen. In other words, the people that go out to the polls and vote in person, those votes are going to be counted first because that's just the way it works. Now, the majority of people going out to vote in person are voting for Trump. How do we know? Because they're too stupid to realize COVID was dangerous, and the smart people who realized it didn't go to the polls. Okay? So everybody knew Trump was going to be ahead in the beginning, but he might wind up losing because all the mail-in ballots and shit were going to get counted after all those in-person votes. You understand? So it's called counting. So when you go to sleep, just so you know, Tom Key, in the future, if you go to sleep, say you're watching a game of some sort and there's a score, okay? And then you wake up in the morning and you find out the score changed overnight. It doesn't mean the fix was in. It just means they were counting, and counting goes that way. You know, sometimes when you count, the numbers change. Bull crap liar. Okay, doke. You're a very ignorant homosexual. Another guy out cock shopping. If this was you, tell yourself this to sleep. If this was you, tell yourself to, wow, my God. You believe the science for a shot, but not for genitals. Shut the fuck up. I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I know the first thing is the vaccine. I don't know why do you have dicks and genitals on your mind? Guys, oh my fucking God. It's like I have a chat that everybody's hanging out at a gay bar, and I don't mind gay people. I swear to God, it's the closeted ones that just project hatred towards them when in reality they are them. That's what drives me crazy. Why are you guys always worried about people's dicks and genitals and everything? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know how many comments I've read already that have something to do with a dick or a homosexual or genitals? I mean, it's bizarre shit. Guys, I've been around straight people my whole fucking life. I've never walked around with a straight group of friends wondering about dicks. Holy shit, what is wrong with you? You guys got to snap out of it. If it's selected beforehand, everything is a theater to keep people complacent and keep them from actually changing the system. Democracy is the religion of slaves. All right. Amber, you could call in and I'll demolish you in a debate and we'll find out who's low IQ, because every time one of you dummies say that and then you call in, I humiliate you, which is what I do now. Because Amber, you got to understand, you don't know anything. You're a MAGA person. So you're a stupid person. I mean, that's just, I'm sorry, I have to say it that way. It's true. You guys come from the least educated states. You're not bright people. You're the least informed voters in the country. So for any of you to beat me, you're out of your fucking mind. Stephanie, $2. Accent, New York, here from the West Coast. Originally New York, yeah, Queens. And I thought it was unnoticeable, but thank you, Stephanie. You're spot on. Thank you for the $2 very, very much. Because you're all a bunch of queers. Here we go again. This is why they like the pedo. Yeah, of course. They're very obsessed. These guys walk around like they're one issue voters. You know what their issue is? Dicks. Just like it's all they think about is dick. Who has a dick? Does that guy have a dick? Does that chick have a dick? Is that person in the women's room with the women in there have a dick? And if so, why is he in there? Shouldn't he take his dick into the men's room? I mean, God almighty, guys. Stop thinking about dicks so much. Think about pussy. You're supposed to be men. You're so fucking beta. You're so soft. Ugh. Out of all the hundreds of Democrats, you're the only smart one. Hundreds of Democrats? You mean tens of millions of Democrats? Yeah, no, any liberal, for the most part. I'm not a liberal, but any liberal or leftist will beat any MAGA person in a debate. That's just the way it is. And there's a reason for that. You got to understand, people on the left tend to be critical thinkers. They're more educated. That's a fact. And they research, they look into things, whereas you guys listen to a bunch of fucktards who are robbing you blind, the Republicans and Trump. Oh, and of course, Fox News. And you just listen to what they say. You put no research into it, no time into finding out if it's true. That's why you come in here and you just say the same old stupid Fox News talking points over and over, and you always get proven wrong. Look, Scott Reinhardt right here is wondering about my dick. See what I mean? Told you guys, I'm always right. My last name is Dick. It is Brett. Let me see. Let me know you're literally bald with tits. Is he picturing tits on me now? God, guys, I swear to God, you have got to figure out your sexual persuasion and stick with it. For fuck's sake, man. Tits. Where are they? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even fat, you stupid fuck. Anybody want to talk about politics? I don't know. Why did liberals make it socially acceptable to hate Jews in America? Again, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Yeah, it wouldn't be like Steve Bannon and Elon Musk who are doing the Heil Hitler all the time and shit like that. People on the right like Nick Fuentes and actual Nazis. No. It's liberals. Yeah, okay. Because we don't support a genocide? Is that what you're talking about? Fox News is just Russian propaganda. It is. No, of course not, Michael. And I got news for you. This is going to break your heart. Nobody believes a man can get pregnant. Absolutely no one. That's another thing Fox News tells you. They don't know the difference between a man and a woman. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. So, sorry that didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, Michael. But if you were smarter, you would have had a better shot. How? Who's getting robbed by illegal immigrants? Thank you, Justices One. I would debate Charlie Kirk, except for that one thing. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like and subscribe. There's 414 people here. And for the love of God, throw a super chat into the mix. Hit up the Cash App, guys. We got 2 donations this whole show. I'm doing good work here. Let's worry about your BMI triple chin. Again, always looking at guys. Drinks on Cosby. If you're a dude and you are on screen, right? I promise I would not be analyzing your appearance because I only do that with women. And by the way, I'm 46 years old, bound to happen, and I'm not fat. I exercise hours a fucking day. And there's people in this chat that can tell you that. I do an extreme sport regularly. So I'm probably in better shape than you are. Yeah, right. Kirk lost me plenty of debate. He used to duck Dean Withers and Parker all the fucking time. He got beat by those kids at Cambridge. He got his ass whipped. Let me get to the bottom. Hit the like and subscribe, everybody. Please do me that favor. God damn, I can't get to the bottom. How many fucking comments? Why do you eat poo? See, this is the level of intelligence we're working with here. The hat, one thing. You'll laugh at that, but cry over Renee Good. You have a misguided soul. The hat, one thing. Yeah, again, Tom Key. I mean, if you want to rewrite that, maybe I could have some understanding of what the fuck it is you're trying to say. Greg Bovino has been relieved of his duties as commander at large of Border Control. Excuse me while I play a tiny violin, or as Bovino calls it, an enormous violin. Yeah, he's a tiny fella. Yeah, it's great to see he's been fired. It's wonderful. I wish what, Lance? What do I wish? Republicans are robbing us blind. Boy, you're misinformed. We spent nearly $1 trillion of our tax dollars on illegal aliens in the 4 years Biden was in office. That's amazing. Usually people say 150 billion, stuff like that. You just said $1 trillion. Susan, you literally just pulled that out of your ass. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will give you a chance to go get me the credible source on that, and I'll wait for you because that is such unbelievable bullshit. And yeah, while you're worried about tax dollars, Donald Trump has spent $95 million playing golf so far just in his second term. Okay. He gave $40 billion to Argentina. He pardoned a bunch of people who were all guilty of their crimes and who owed a total combined restitution of about $2 billion that they don't have to pay now. You know what I'm saying? He ran up the national debt $2 trillion already just in a year. That's not to mention the $7.8 trillion in the first time. And the big, beautiful bill is going to add another $3.8 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years. And he's only 1 year in. So don't pretend you care about taxpayer money. Ronald. Okay. Well, Ronald, I got to point something out to you. You haven't even seen me. What are you guys thinking when you say stuff like this? You see my face. You see nothing else. For all you know, I could be 140 fucking pounds. What do you know? You guys are so fucking stupid. This is what I mean. You guys base nothing on facts. You just say stuff. Guy has McDonald's wife. Okay, whatever you say. Biden has for years. Is that supposed to be 4 years to release the files, but ICE more important? Okay, again, now we're going back to Biden's term, but yet you're talking about ICE, which is a current thing. Okay. Anyway, Trump had 4 years to release the files too, and now it's a fifth year. So, and he's currently the guy, Nate. I know you don't know that, and your name sucks, by the way. He's the guy. Trump is in office now. Trump could release the files today, tomorrow, whenever he wants, and he refuses to. So please stop acting like he's not the pedo. Royer Mang, 77, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, Royer. I appreciate that. How do you know what I will do, Willier Bean? Those guys are not bright guys. They always look at Luke Beasley, a fucking debating Tim Pool. He annihilated him because Tim Pool didn't even fucking know shit about January 6th like he thought he did. He had no fucking idea that the leader of the Proud Boys, got caught for planning the whole fucking thing and everything and was locked up. Tim Pool didn't even know it. Guys, listen, man, I got to explain this to you. These guys are smart to dumb people. You guys think Trump is smart too. I mean, that's how unintelligent you are. So you think people like fucking Tim Pool are bright and Charlie Kirk? Guys, You don't know anything. I'm telling you, you're the most uninformed voters, the most uneducated people in the country. And you swear up and down you're smart. It's astonishing. Proud Boys was FBI stage grouped same as January 6th. No, it wasn't. And if so, why did they go to prison for it? If it was staged and then Trump pardoned them, all of that for something staged. And if you're talking about the FBI, you do know that Trump was the president on January 6, 2021, right? So what you're saying is that Trump staged it. You have to be saying that. So, okay. We swore up and down and you're dumb. I don't even know what you're telling. Swear up and down about what? No, we think Trump's got balls, something that Dems do not have. You're wrong. He's got no balls. He's a fucking coward. He's a coward. He's always been a coward. Look at him when he finally faces somebody he's talked shit about, like Newsom. Newsom is standing there pointing in his face and like dressing him down, talking shit to him. Trump's a coward, bro. He's a pussy. He's a tough guy to you guys. He's also smart to you guys. He's also a great businessman to you guys. There's nothing tough about Donald Trump. He's a fucking pussy. And the fact that you guys see him as Trump, as tough, tells me you're probably pussies too. Sure, River. Why don't you give me some? Let's see what happens. You do understand though that you don't know anything, right? I got to keep reminding you guys of that. Do you know that that red states are the least educated states in the country? Do you know that? Yeah, River, because you know me. Sure. Maybe we'll see each other face to face one day. I live in Pennsylvania. You feel smart to us too. Well, thanks. But then again, that might not mean much, huh? How does it feel to be a bald, hateful bastard? Well, that's probably how you think you spell it, right? Or you probably think that's how you spell it. I'm bald. I got to tell you guys something about the bald thing. There's another thing that's going to shock you. Bald people are everywhere. You know that, right? Like balding happens, people go bald. And by the way, you don't even know if I could grow hair because I used to shave my head even when I had a full head of hair. So you guys are like literally on the level of second graders. You're like, oh, you can't say anything. You have no wit. You're not clever. You have no sense of humor. You're just like, oh, look, he's bald. And you just keep saying he's bald like as if I didn't know. And I have a beautiful wife and a great life. And I got more pussy on my worst day than you'll ever get on your best. So being bald has done well for me. Don't worry. How does it feel to be pathetic? I was going to ask you, River. I've never felt that way. I don't know. I have no form of reference. I couldn't tell you. Tammy Stanzel, $10. I gave a MAGA dude a Mensa challenge. He told me I was crazy. He didn't know what Mensa was. Of course he doesn't. Bald is rad, Stephanie. Thank you. You mean George Costanza, you illiterate fuck? George Costanza, I mean. I think I said Constanza. You're very insecure. No, I'm not. You guys, this is what I mean. I'm trying to have a conversation about politics, and it's just insults. There you go. Another dude who's got cuck shit on his mind. Anyway, Donald Trump is a scumbag, and he's blocking the release of the Epstein files because he's a pedophile, and you guys support him. I just want to make that clear, okay? Never. You could say we voted for Biden. You could say whatever the fuck you want. I would never support a pedophile, and you guys do. And this is why I talk to you the way I do, and this is why I look down on you the way I do. You know, you guys to me are like subhuman. You know, it's true. I mean, anybody who could support a pedo, it's disgusting. And the funniest thing is how full of shit you are. You know, when you thought it was Democrats in those files, you would have given your firstborn to see those files. Now that it's clear as day that it's Donald Trump, you what files? Why are we talking about the files still? I get it every day. Why are we still talking about the files? That's literally what Trump did to you. Trump ran on releasing the files. Pam Bondi told you in February, they're on my desk. And in June, they came out and told you there's no files. And a few weeks later, Trump is saying, my God, are we still talking about the Epstein files? It's a dead subject. No, it's not. What double standards would those be? He's been accused of SA since the 70s. 28 times he's been credibly accused of sexual assault since the 1970s. He was found civilly liable for a rape, basically, sexual assault. And he was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein. Yep, and all this red butt monkey just said. Yeah. His wife in court filings said that he brutally raped her in 1989. How do you know, I see light? Just give me facts, and they might, but we don't care if the Democrats are in them. Let them all get locked up. We don't care about the Democrats, guys. I swear to God, we don't. But I mean, I'll ask you again, I see light. Who? Like, what proof do you have? Which Democrats are in there? What are they in there for? Can you tell me that stuff since you just say things like that? Yo, protect just the dude at all costs. Just the dude. Gotcha. Hillbilly Clinton been to your favorite island 27 times. That's what I mean. And I don't give a fuck about Bill Clinton, by the way. But and you guys are calling people hillbillies? That's funny. There's no proof he's ever been to the island. Just like there's no proof Trump has ever been to the island. They're both on the flight logs. They're both. So if you say that means Clinton was on the island, then you have to say, okay, well, then I guess Trump was too. See? KC Detroit, there probably is. Yeah, but one thing we know for sure is that Trump is in them. Let's talk about the Clintons and Epstein. What about them? What do you want to talk about? Bill Clinton was in on the flight logs 27 or 28 times. The majority of those trips, with the exception of like 5, the Secret Service was with him. They were doing something for the Clinton Foundation. That's what they were traveling for. They were going to Africa and Asia. And there's no proof that he was ever on the island. And I don't even give a fuck about Bill Clinton, but there isn't. Just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is in the flight logs 8 times. Jeffrey Epstein has 13 different forms of contact information for Trump in his black book. But there's no proof Trump ever went to the island. So, and I'll say that just because I don't like Trump doesn't mean I'll do what you guys do and say he's been to the island 8 times. No, there's got to be proof for me to say it. There's no proof he went to the island, but you don't have to go to the island to be a pedo. Do you understand that? It's not a prerequisite. Like Jeffrey Epstein said in one of his emails to Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump knows about the girls. He was with one of the victims at my house for hours alone. What the fuck do you think they were doing? The girl was 15 at the time, and Trump's a sexual degenerate. What do you, I mean, oh my God. Yeah, Mark Wallace. Yeah. You just don't know anything because you're stupid and you only watch Fox News. Yeah, Kamala ran on continuing to negotiate prescription drug prices so we could get life-sustaining medications and shit like that cheaper. She ran on expanding the child tax credit to $6,000. She ran on giving $25,000 to new home buyers. She ran on giving $50,000 to people who wanted to start a small business. She ran on giving women their reproductive rights back. So yeah, you just don't know anything, Mark, because you watched Fox and you know what they tell you? They don't have anything to run on but Orange Man Bad. You guys are so dumb. Orange Man Bad. Fuck ICE. I agree. Fuck them. Yeah, except Brian Ramsey, that's classic projection because since you guys just watch Fox, you assume that I watch CNN. I haven't watched CNN in 12 years. I couldn't even tell you who's on CNN anymore. She ran on a bunch of BS because you say so, even though I just mentioned a whole bunch of things that actually would have probably helped you in life, Dopey. Now tell me, Wombat, what did Trump run on? Go ahead. I'm going to wait. What did Trump run on? Curious. What were some of his policy proposals? You're going to say border and trans. What else? Those aren't policies, by the way. What else? Obama has been protected at Epstein Island multiple times. Protected, but you don't want to talk about that. Boostman, that's because you've just made it up. And if I ask you right now to go get me a credible source of it, you won't be able to because there is no credible source that has ever reported that. Never, ever has Obama ever been accused of going to the island or doing anything pedo-like. Never. So go get me the credible source. I'll wait. Don't just say shit, Boostman. Don't just say shit. It's that's what makes you guys fucktards. Oh, yeah, like what, Ronald? You're insane. They rigged the debate. You mean the one where Kamala mollywopped his ass? And if he would have won, it would have been not rigged, right? But because she kicked his ass, it was rigged. What is the factual evidence? Because those earrings, that was complete bullshit. I found the exact same earrings she was wearing online. They were not earpieces. And the earpiece that resembled those never even came out. It was a goddamn prototype. You guys don't even know what you're talking about. Well, thank you, Craig Laird. Because you're a douchebag and you don't know what you're talking about. Except, yes, I do. I know a lot more than you do. Who is going to pay for everything Kamala is going to give away? Well, again, Donald Trump ran up $2 trillion. He added it to the national debt, $2 trillion so far. He's only been in office a year. The big, beautiful bill costs $3.8 trillion. Did you ask the same questions? Because now we're at $5.8 trillion a year in to his fucking presidency. So I'm going to give you the answer. You want to know? Tax money. Let me tell you how it works. So tax money is going somewhere, no matter what. But when Republicans are in office, tax money is going to the richest people in the country who don't need it. When Democrats are in office, it goes to working people who need it. Yeah. But you guys get a boner when you find out billionaires got another fucking tax cut. Meanwhile, your wages haven't increased in fucking years. You're so stupid. Not at all. Not at all, Sideshow. I'm not a Trump supporter. You got to understand. Trump supporters are brainwashed. People on the left are not. How much was brought in from tariffs? Less than 300 billion. And where was it brought in from, Jamie? Just out of curiosity. Can you tell me where the tariff money was brought in from? Yes, he is. Absolutely. Where's he bringing in the money from? The tariff money. It's not even true as far as I know. Donald Trump ran up more in 4 years than Obama did in 8 years. So, and plus, you know, with Obama, we got Obamacare, which is the reason why 24 million people have health insurance today. Now, it was brought in from tariffs. The thing is, it was brought in from us. So the person trying to brag about that, it's like saying, hey, how much money was brought in by Trump increasing our taxes? Because that's all it was. He's just taxing us. The foreign countries don't pay tariffs, you fucking dolts. They don't. We do. Because I don't know if you know how states work. Do you know anything about how states work versus the federal government? Out of curiosity? Lost billions in trade for farmers. Oh my God. We had 259 more farmer bankruptcies in 2025 than we did in 2024. Because when he tariffed China, they said, okay, fuck you. We're not buying soybeans from you anymore. So our soybean farmers started going out of fucking business and losing everything. Then what did he do to fix that? He decided, I'm going to increase beef imports from Argentina. So now the cattle ranchers are fucked too in the U.S. Kamala lost, dummy. Are you under the impression that I don't know that? Teflon Don? Oh, God, you're so corny. Name yourself after John Gotti. Fucking cornball. I fight with his daughter on here all the time. Sure, Bill. Sure. Yeah. From about 132 countries. No. You think countries pay the tariffs? Are you being serious? Do you believe that? Craig Laird, how you figure? We don't want Obamacare. We was made to sign up. Listen to this fucking redneck. We was made to sign up. We was made to sign up. No, you weren't, you jackass. Jamie, what are you talking about? Nobody was made to sign up for Obamacare. Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act, in case you didn't know. It's simply a platform where people who can't get health insurance otherwise, they can get it through the ACA. So like part-time workers that don't get offered benefits, gig workers, waitresses, waiters, stuff like that don't get health insurance offered through their job. They can get health insurance through the ACA. I mean, what do you mean we were made to sign up, you dickhead? Yeah, Brian Ramsey, I'll take your word for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually have an uncle who's an astronaut. He's on the moon right now. Yeah, he's actually up there fucking, he's having a threesome with Miley Cyrus and Dua Lipa. Do you believe me? Oh, speech impediment. So Fast Eddie, so you're just hearing things. If you didn't sign up, you were penalized $1,500. Jesus Christ. No, bro. It was if you didn't have health insurance. You didn't have to have health insurance through the ACA. My God, oh fucking mighty. I don't mean either, Andy. Every fucking live stream, it never ceases to amaze me. I always think, okay, at some point, I'm going to get used to the fact that these people are completely oblivious to everything going on around them. But every show, it's like they turn out to be stupider than they were on the show before. It's amazing. Go ahead. What do I give a fuck, Jerry Colombo? Somebody will replace you. Go, bye. Not pretend you're into chicks now. Tariffs are paid by the foreign manufacturers. Bill, you believe that, don't you? Bill believes that. Do you guys fucking believe there's a grown man in this chat who believes that the tariffs are paid by foreign manufacturers? He doesn't know how. This is what I'm saying, guys. You have the right to vote and you don't know what tariffs are. That is astonishing. I know, Ricky Garcia. I know. That is astonishing. You don't know how tariffs work. Oh my God. So you do not remember the penalty issued by IRS for not having ACA or health coverage. There you go. Or health coverage. Yeah. In other words, just health insurance. Okay. That's all. You weren't forced to sign up for the ACA. They couldn't possibly force you to do that. My God, how does that help the average worker? Because they get health insurance. Dickhead. Thanks, Barry. I'm trying. I can't believe this guy. There's people in this world who still don't know how tariffs work. And yeah, I know, Ricky. And they support a guy who's doing universal tariffs. We're not stupid. We live in reality. No, Bill, you don't live in reality because you got to be what? In your 40s, 50s, tariffs are paid by us. We pay the tariffs. Okay. If an American company imports something from China, when it gets here on the ship, before the company is even allowed to take their product off the ship and take possession of it, they have to pay the tariff. China doesn't pay 1% of it. We pay the entire thing, okay? Then that company, now the cost of their products has gone up because now they got to pay a tariff. So everything they're buying is more expensive than it used to be. So then what do naturally? They raise their prices and pass the cost down to us. We pay the tariffs. That is an absolute fact. I mean, the fact that you don't know that is Stephanie, you believe this horse shit? Tariffs are paid by the consumer. Yes. Did you YT just to crash out about the president? All right. Guys, they still haven't figured out what YouTube channels are. You know what I mean? Like, what would they expect me to do? Like, if my channel's called Street Smart Politics, and they're always baffled that I'm talking about Trump. They're like, what are you doing? You're always talking about Trump. On the channel called Street Smart Politics, I'm talking about the president, the leader of the free world. You're right. I'm out of my fucking mind. I should be talking about wrestling or some shit. Even that you can't figure out. They're completely paid by consumers. Unless certain companies decide to eat the cost a little bit, in which case, still technically a consumer. It's the American company or corporation importing the goods from another country. So you can't educate anyone on how tariff works because you don't know, because you don't have a clue. You mean educate, dummy? I just told you how they work. I just told you how they work. Do you not believe that? You are not smart and not a streetwalker. All right, I'll agree with that. That's why the U.S. is screwed by these MAGA fools. I know, man. There's people. Bill, my mom passed away on June 29th. Thanks. There's people. This guy's a grown man. He says your mom is calling you for dinner. Is that your mom with you in the picture, Bill? I don't worry. I would never talk about your mom. Only a low class degenerate scumbag would do something like that. Anyway, we are. I mean, there's people that can vote, that have voted, that voted for this dickhead who don't know how tariffs work. I mean, it's guys, I'll never get over it. I mean, just when I think they can't get stupider. And they don't even know that it's a fact that they're stupid, that they come from the least educated states in the country. They don't even know that. They walk around with their chest puffed out thinking they know shit about politics. Yeah, but Mark Wallace, that's true. The first part, that they're paid by the importer, which eventually goes down to the consumers. But it doesn't necessarily encourage customers to buy domestic goods instead, because you know why? Even with the tariffs, most of those foreign products are going to be a lot cheaper than the American products. So it's completely pointless. Plus, manufacturing jobs have been lost. We've had 1.2 million layoffs since Trump took office in January 2025. And even American products are made, damn near everything, I guarantee you, is made with something from another country. And that something is tariffed now. So, like, I always give the example. I worked building Harleys for years, Harley Davidson, okay? It's an American-made product. It's made in America, except a lot of the parts are made in China and Mexico and Japan. So now those products are tariffed. So say a Harley was $20,000 before the tariffs. Well, now all these parts are tariffed. Maybe your Harley now is $22,000, $23,000, but Harley is going to pass the cost down to you because their parts cost more money now. Damn near any product that's made in America, I can assure you, is made with something from another country. Yeah, I am trashing Trump. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I trash a pedophile, Bill? Why wouldn't I do that? I don't understand. I'm supposed to speak nicely of him? What are you talking about? Oh my God. I watched the videos of everybody debating Trump supporters at rallies. It is the funniest shit. The one guy said that 9/11 happened because Obama was on vacation all the time. Meanwhile, Obama didn't become president for about 9 years after 9/11, but they don't know. They just don't know. It's like they're programmed. Obama, Biden, Obama, Biden, Obama, Biden. Why do you think we got so much snow? Obama, Biden, Obama, Biden. No matter what it is, that's their answer. Hey, why is Trump covering up the Epstein files? Obama, Biden, Obama, Biden. Parts now cost twice as much. Of course. Yeah. Why he dropped tariffs on coffee? Because we're paying the extra. Perfect example, Robert. Yeah. They say the tariffs don't raise our prices, but Trump literally just about 2 months ago went on TV and said, I'm going to lower the tariff on coffee because coffee is costing too much. So yeah, it's costing too much because of the tariff. So you got to lower the tariff. So it's more or less expensive. I agree with you, Dan. I really do. It's intense, but I agree. Harley Davidson is overrated. I don't care. I don't ride Harleys. I just built them. Oh man, Stephanie, I'll never understand, man. They love him. They adore him. They worship him. They do. Yeah, Mario Lopez. But if you want to debate, if you're on my side, it doesn't work. Everybody leaves if we agree on stuff. So they never heard of the Boston Tea Party. No, listen, they don't know most things. Love you too, Stephanie. There's actually a federal judge holding up the Epstein files. Dig into it and you'll see I'm right. No, there's not. No, there's not. Oh, God almighty. I'll explain this to you. Okay, Terry Duncan. Oh, so when Trump decided to come out and lie to you guys and tell you that there is no list, okay? You guys were actually mad for about 5 minutes. So Trump had to appease you guys. So what he did is he went to a judge, an Obama appointed judge, to lessen the risk of the judge actually giving him what he's asking for. Because again, Trump is the main perpetrator in the Epstein files. So he went to a judge and listen to my words here. Okay. He went to a judge and he asked for the grand jury testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell's case, not the Epstein files. The Epstein files are something different. That was grand jury testimony from the Ghislaine Maxwell case. And he knew the judge was going to say no because Ghislaine Maxwell's case was still on appeal. But Ghislaine Maxwell's case is no longer on appeal. That's why everybody's making such a big deal about seeing the Epstein files, because it's the first time that we really can see them. Okay, it's the first time, that her case isn't under appeal. There's no ongoing investigations. Anyway, that judge about 2 months ago said that he actually ordered the files to be released, the grand jury testimony, whatever. So you're completely wrong. Yeah, yes, exactly. The DOJ has the files. That's it. And Trump is in control. All Trump has to do is say, Pam, release the files. I'll go over, me too, George, a big fan. Not so much anymore, but I used to be. So I'll give you a little quick history lesson here. So in February of this year, now, first of all, Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files, right? In February of 2025, not this year, I'm sorry. Pam Bondi said the Epstein files are on my desk. We all heard it. She said, I have to review them. In May, it was widely reported, even by the Wall Street Journal, everyone, okay, that Pam Bondi sat Donald Trump down in May of 2025 and said, you're named in the Epstein files multiple times. So they then assigned 1,000 FBI agents to start redacting his name. That was May of 2025, almost a year ago. And they still haven't finished redacting his name. So anyway, in June, they come out and they tell you there is no list, there are no files, because quite frankly, Trump is all over them and they just can't risk releasing them, especially before the midterms, especially. So the Democrats started trying to force a vote on releasing the Epstein files. There was a discharge petition authored by Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna. It needed 218 signatures, okay? It got 213 Democrat signatures. And eventually, it took a while, but 4 Republican signatures, okay? 4. The only people that refused to cover up for Trump was like Thomas Massey, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I forget who else. There's one more. So anyway, why didn't Trump make them public on his first? I already told you, Terry, Ghislaine Maxwell's case was under appeal, but answer me why Trump didn't release them in his first term. So anyway, they started trying to force the vote, the Democrats. So Mike Johnson shut down Congress in August. Okay. He shut down the House. He kept it shut down. And then they opened back up eventually in maybe late August, early September, something like that for 2 weeks. And then they shut down again. And they stayed shut down for 50 days. Remember the government shutdown? Now, one of the reasons they stayed shut down is because Adelita Grijalva would have been the 218th signature on the discharge petition. She's a Democrat that won in Arizona, and she needed to be sworn in so she could have her House seat, right? And Mike Johnson would not swear her in. They were asking him every day on the news, why won't you swear her in? And he would just keep putting it off and stalling till he had no choice anymore. Once he swore her in, she became the 218th signature on the discharge petition. Then the House voted. Republicans in the House said, Donald Trump, listen, we're not going to be on record voting against the release of the Epstein files. Sorry. He tried to threaten them and everything. They said, we're voting for it. They voted for it. Senate, he tried to threaten them out of voting for it. They said, no, we're on record. We're not going to destroy our political futures over this. So they voted in favor of the discharge petition or over, the release of the Epstein files. Donald Trump then had no choice. He had no choice. What am I going to do? I'm going to be the president that says no to the release of the Epstein files. So he signed a law called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. on November 19th, 2025. There was a 30-day deadline, which would have been December 19th, 2025, to release all the files unredacted. Whatever was redacted, it had to be explained to a judge by January 2nd of this year. They missed the deadline on December 19th. They dropped 12,000 files out of 2 million, and 75% of those are redacted, and they never showed up to court to explain the redactions. So they are in violation of the law as we speak. Trump is breaking the law every day. The DOJ is too. That's why Pam Bondi is most likely going to catch a case over this. Okay. So 2 million files left and no release in sight because Trump won't do it. Now Trump is arguing that no court in the land can make him release the files. He refuses to. So you guys tell me, if Trump isn't in those files, why is he covering them up? Why? Bro, that's you. That's you guys, Dunning-Kruger, not me. I know what I'm talking about. I do. And proof, I mean, you want to go to congress.gov. Go check out the websites. Go check out the actual hearings and stuff. Go look it up. The fact that you guys don't know all this is mind-blowing. You're actually questioning this when this is all facts. This took place in front of the entire world on the floor of the House and the Senate and the Oval Office. And you're like, God, show proof. What do you mean? Do you want proof that 2 + 2 = 4 also? I game hard? Possibly, but we don't know that. We know that he's in the files. And he did tell Marjorie Taylor Greene when he tried to talk her out of signing the discharge petition, he told her, a lot of my friends are going to get hurt. Now, that's him saying it's not him, it's his friends. So then the argument is, your president is covering up for a whole bunch of pedos he just happens to be friends with. And let me tell you something. I've never met a person who's friends with a pedo. You know why? Pedos only have one type of friend, other pedos. And Donald Trump was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 10 fucking years. I know, Robert. It really is, man. It really is. I want your proof that your wife's not your fucking your neighbor. Well, fortunately, there is no proof of that, but I highly doubt it considering he's about 900 years old. Yeah. He'll never answer why Biden didn't do it. He'll never tell you what a woman is. A woman is anyone born with female reproductive organs. And Biden didn't do it because, number one, Biden didn't run on it. It was a right-wing thing. You guys were the ones that wanted the files released because you're conspiracy theorists who came up with this ridiculous fantasy that the Epstein files are filled with a Democratic cabal of elites who are just, they have a fucking huge pedophile ring taking place under a fucking pizza parlor in DC because you're all fucking insane. Also, and I already said this, Plumber's son, you just don't listen. I answered this question just a few minutes ago. And please do not ask the question, why didn't Biden release them? If Trump had the files before him and didn't release them, I mean, what is wrong with you? Somebody yesterday said, why didn't Obama or Biden release them? They didn't mention Trump, who was president smack dab between those fucking two. You guys are so full of fucking shit. You don't want the answer. You just want to be right. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted under Joe Biden's administration. She then went on appeal. Listen to me. I keep saying it. You're not learning. You're incapable of learning. Her case was on appeal until February of 2025. They couldn't release the Epstein files without ruining that case and letting most likely the second most prolific pedophile in human history go free. Plus, there was ongoing litigation with Prince Andrew and ongoing investigations, so they couldn't release the files. As of February 2025, they can. But you'll just ignore that and say it's not true because, you know, that's what you want it to be. Mark Wallace, you didn't hear what I just said, did you? And of course, I could ask you the same question. If Trump, the guy who's the most vengeful, vindictive fucking scumbag on planet fucking Earth, he never forgets a slight. He's offended about shit that happened decades ago still. He's a fucking baby. You're telling me the Democrats are in these files and Trump didn't use that in the 2020 election. You see how the same argument can be used on you? Why didn't Trump use it to go after the Democrats? Tell me. Why didn't Trump release the files, Mark Wallace? I want to know. In his first term, let's go back in time because that's pointless. But hey, that's what you guys can't defend Trump in his current term. So you go back to Biden. Okay, so let's ask, why didn't Trump release them in his first term? Yeah, and what was wrong with that? Just out of curiosity. I wouldn't doubt it, Barry. You're making all this up. Guys, you notice how like all the people on the left in the chat, all this stuff I'm saying, they already know it. It's only you guys who don't already know this stuff. I mean, they keep you in a bubble, man. You watch that Fox News horse shit and you listen to the Republicans and Trump non-fucking stop. You never crack a book or get on the internet and Google something or look up information. You just take what you hear and you run with it. That's why this channel is called Street Smart Politics, because none of you can possibly have the slightest bit of street smarts. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to be conned. They could have released them anytime they want. No. Okay. All right. Whatever you say. So then why didn't Trump release them? You know, Trump could release them anytime he wants now. So why isn't he? And why didn't he do it in his first term? I noticed Mark disappeared. Why didn't Trump release them in his first term? And why isn't he releasing them now? And by the way, guys, now is all that matters. You guys are so bad. This guy, I love how you, without even doing it, without even trying it, you admit how corrupt Trump is, because you don't even try to defend him. You just say, why didn't Biden? You can't do it. You can't defend him. The guy who could be dropping the Epstein files right now, this very moment, isn't. And you're worried about a guy who hasn't been in office for over a year, didn't release the Epstein files. The North American Free Trade Agreement. Why are you asking me that? No, I don't get information from Google. You don't get information from Google. When you Google something, there's a whole fuck ton of sources that an answer comes from. And you'll even see at the top where when you Google something, it'll give you a whole bunch of sources. And by the way, Terry Duncan, I've used Grok, which is Elon Musk's AI. I've used ChatGPT. What do you use, Terry? Just out of curiosity, what do you use? He did run on releasing the Epstein files. He absolutely did. He did. Criminals for Kamala. It's funny that Kamala is the crime fighter throughout her entire life, and Trump is the actual criminal, but criminals for Kamala. Yeah. Donald Trump's fucking pardoned 1,600 rioters who beat 140 cops, several of which died. He also, pardoned like the former president of Honduras who trafficked 400 tons of cocaine into this country, went on trial, got sentenced to 45 years. He pardoned the founder of Binance because the guy got him a $2 million investment into his company, World Liberty Financial, even though CZ from Binance actually pleaded guilty to his crimes. So you might want to learn some things before you say Kamala or criminals for Kamala. Yeah, well, God almighty, you guys have a one-track mind. You know that the actual whore is Melania, right? Like Melania was actually a whore. You do know that, don't you? No, I don't ask Grok anything anymore. I game hard. The bitch changes answers. And stop spamming the chat or I'm going to block you. You already know about that. Do not do that. No, I'm not asking Grok anything. We had an episode for like the 14th time a couple of weeks ago where the bitch gave a different answer on the same question every 5 minutes. No good guys, no bad guys, just nobody. Do you want to answer I game hard why Trump didn't release them in his first term? Do you want to answer that or no? Yeah, and that means what exactly, Mike Coxpig? What does that mean? What does that mean? Can you tell me? What did Obama mean when he said that? You know that Trump stood on stage with Vladimir Putin and took his side over America's, right? You know that Trump is owned by Putin, and he actually had to call Putin a couple of months ago and ask him if it was okay to give Ukraine tomahawks. And when Putin said no, Ukraine didn't get their tomahawks. Probably a bad hill to die on, bro. No, she's not a victim. She's just a whore. Dressin, whatever your name is. Just a whore. Because don't you think he's trying to do the first thing first to get the illegal immigrants out first? No. And bro, what do you mean? The release of the Epstein files is not anything other than Pam Bondi just uploading them to the Department of Justice website. So Trump can't have Pam Bondi do that. Do you know Trump isn't actually deporting people, right? It's ICE. You know that? What do you mean? Trump is building a ballroom, but he don't have time to release the Epstein files. Think about what you're saying. He's floating ridiculous ideas to distract us by talking about invading Greenland, but he don't have time to release the Epstein files. I don't know because I have TDS. All right, well, at least you admit it. Who was president in 2014? Do you know or do you not know? Do you want me to answer? It would be Obama. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? Building a ball? No, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe partially, but no, he's doing it with money he took from corporations, and now he owes them favors. You know. Oh, they do. They do. Everybody will soon. Yeah, everybody will. Okay, this guy's just a fucking ball breaker. McShags, are you serious? I bet you I would fuck you up, McShads. How much you want to bet? Talk about betas. I bet you I'd rock you, bro. I guarantee it. You aren't very intelligent. Ukraine is where the adrenochrome. Oh my God, adrenochrome. And I'm not intelligent. Do you want to call in? I have a feeling you'd be fun. Amen. Why don't you call in? 410-941-9850. You talk about Trump? Okay, prove what you just said about the wall. Cite one source. Do not use Google Go. So in other words, you want me to make one up? What wall? What are you talking about? Wall? What does he mean by a wall? Yeah, Barry, yeah. I heard a MAGA person say that. Yes, that's right. That's right. Akira, that's how you pronounce that. I game hard. The question was, why didn't Trump release the Epstein files in his first term? And more importantly, why isn't he releasing them now? Because let's just say I Google it and it says Biden could have released them. Why don't you Google, could Trump have released them? Why don't you Google, can Trump release them now? And then get back to me, because you don't even have a point and you don't realize it. The fucking guy could release them now and he refuses to. And we're supposed to wonder why a past president didn't. Answer my fucking question, I game hard. I dare you. He means the ice wall. Yeah, I don't. Are we speaking in code? I don't know what that means. The ice wall. What does that mean? I don't know what info you're asking me for. Built wall with help of big corpse, and now it's what? Wall. The ballroom? Jesus Christ. Where is Donald Trump getting the money to build his ballroom? Let me see. He's getting them from corporations, by the way, Walmart and stuff like that. Now he'll owe them favors. Some 22 million for the project came from YouTube, a Google subsidiary, as a part of a recent settlement for a 2021 lawsuit Trump brought against the company. The White House also has not said how much of his own money Trump is contributing. He's not contributing any. And this says, this was before, it says there was no breakdown released yet. So hold on. Who's paying for Trump's ballroom? While exact individual contribution amounts have generally not been disclosed, that's not shady or anything. Several major corporations and individuals have been identified. Big tech giants, Google, contributing $22 million. Other donors include Amazon, Apple, Meta, and Microsoft. Defense and Industrial, Lockheed Martin, $10 million. I wonder if he could give them like defense contracts and stuff like that. Caterpillar, Booz Allen Hamilton, and Union Pacific Railroad, Coinbase, Ripple, Tether, and the Winklevoss twins. Yeah, nothing shady there. The Adelson Family Foundation, the Lutnick family, Stephen A. Schwartzman, CEO of Blackstone, Harold Hamm, founder of Continental Resources, Powell Tiramini, a CEO of Boxable, who confirmed a $10 million donation in company stock. How'd that work out for you guys? Now, you think they're just giving him that? You don't think he's going to owe them anything, right? Cite the source? All right. It's funny, you guys will never cite a source, but I have to. Let's see. 22 sites. Wikipedia, ABC News, Fortune, Al Jazeera, CBS News, Time Magazine, The Hill, PBS, NBC News, CNN, BBC, WTOP.com, Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works. You think that's credible by any chance? That's his, right? It's part of his government. WBAY.com, AP News, CNBC, The Washington Post. Is that enough sources? Where'd you go? What happened? You wanted sources. I gave them to you. What do you think? Is that not good enough? Is that true? I wouldn't doubt it. No problem. Lila Shilla, if that's how you pronounce that. Tell me what president has ever not taken a paycheck. Well, tell me which ones have. You're making the accusation, so tell me which ones have, because I'm curious. Tell me what paycheck Obama took, for example. Go ahead. Okay, now cite that source, cite source that you just referenced, even though you use Google. Also, you are just assuming it's favors given. Guess, and then say, you guys, you have never asked me. I don't know what language that is exactly. It's rambling, incoherent nonsense. But now cite that source. That source that you just referenced. You're fucking with me. You're trolling me, right? It's not Google that gave me the answers. It's those 27 sources I just read off to you, you jackass. Don't use Google. Yeah, why not? What should I use, Nope No? Give me an idea. What do you want me to use? Yeah, no doubt. Two-time loser looking down on donors. Mark Green, you know that I have 32 less felonies than your president, right? So your president has 34 felonies. So again, do you guys think before you say stuff like that? I literally told you guys I have 2 felonies just so I could tell you I have 32 less than Donald Trump. I could have kept that information secret. And you don't get it. You still be like, oh my God, look, this guy is a felon. Meanwhile, you guys were wearing shirts that said, I voted for the convicted felon. You forget about that? Dictionary is fake news to MAGA. Of course. Use Bing. Shut the fuck up. Does Bing even exist? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's fucking with me. All right, well, at least it's funny. Who knows? Oh, did you? What high school did I go to? I know they don't. Loser convict. You talking about the president? I agree. I'm far from a loser. Far from it. But you know, when you make fun of felons and you're a Trump supporter, again, you do realize that makes you look and sound stupid, don't you? I'm not a liberal at all. But as far as cucks, again, guys, like, more gay shit from you guys. It's unbelievable. Stephanie, $2 felon here, but I'm not the president. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. They wore shirts that said, I voted for the felon, and now they're in here talking shit about me because I have felonies. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, smoking cigs is bad. Nope. No. How much you want to bet? You're probably smoking crack right now, or doing a couple of lines, or you got a blunt in your hand, or a bottle of something. Yeah. And I can vote. Nope. No. I vote in every election. This is another thing you guys are so wildly misinformed about. You think that felons can't vote. You really believe that? All right, the gay stuff has got to go, Ronald. I'm sorry, I've had enough. You guys don't project your gay fantasies onto me, please. It's creeping me the fuck out. You guys are, I know you support pedos and stuff, but Jesus Christ. Democrats let you vote. Oh, so I can vote now. So you changed your opinion. Yeah, you too. Here, let's do this. How many balloons of cocaine? I don't even know where it went. He wants you to ask Jeeves. I remember that. They are, Carl. They are. Ask him what he did with Sully. I bet you he will not tell you what he did with Sully. Yeah. Punisher, why are you pretending you know me? Anyway, guys, thanks for everything. The people who donated, you guys are the shit. I appreciate you very, very much. Always. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to do 3 of these every day. So I will see you tomorrow. Absolutely. That question, Mark Green. Again, Mark, you got to stop thinking about my asshole. Mark, have you ever had pussy? I'm asking you seriously. I understand you're gay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I'm just asking if you've ever had sex with a woman, Mark, just out of curiosity. Because you think entirely too much about dicks. If you are gay, that's fine. I understand. And I'm assuming you are, but I haven't gotten an admission. Thanks, Bobby. I think so, except for that second mob tube one. Bobby, I gotta send you a link to this guy. Me and Hey Now and Miss Can't Be Wrong and D Gaty were watching this shit before this show, this live stream. Bro, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen on YouTube. I gotta send you this. I have to. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll text you, Bobby. Peace.